No, not that far.
She gave you no more information than the fact that they were her husband's men.
Okay.
And it was better that they didn't overhear what she had to say to you guys.
Super sketchy.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys are currently at the droid access hatch that she asked you to meet her at once you lost her followers. And go ahead.
Dane, did you get the message that I sent you at the end of last session?
I don't know if I did. If I didn't, I apologize. Let me see here.
Nope. And if the time has passed, it's fine. It's just what you would do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. All right. So I will backtrack on that, and I will give you the opportunity to try that. That will be a. Let's say. That would be a skullduggery check, definitely. I'm trying to think of the difficulty. Let me find a template here.
And it kind of depends on how close attention she's paying. If she's like on high alert right now,
yeah. So if I recall,
try it.
Right. If I recall correctly,
the dog.
Yeah, she's chasing the dog. She's pretty upset that the dog is loose. So, I will give you a boost die to your roll for the fact that she's distracted. Let me just find something I can use for her stats.
She probably only rolls yellows.
Oh, crap.
Probably.
I accidentally did a thing.
She's not a philanthropic senator.
I touched the tokens and I messed them up.
Can't be undone.
It's alright. I think they were wrong to begin with.
How's your stay in Pennsylvania?
I haven't.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. A little tired. Waiting to hear my wife start to snore.
What do I want to put that against?
What venue is not working? Yours?
There we go.
For her.
All right, let's do 2 purples and a red for your difficulty.
All right.
Oh. Boom, boom.
Oh, no.
All right.
Good.
Perfect.
Let me think here.
She's blinking. She's still not.
All right. I'm going to say, who?
I'll roll my 4 stack.
Okay. 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 All right, so what happens is while this commotion is going on, Seth, you guys are starting to walk away toward Arend Shen, and you decide while she's distracted, you might as well try to swipe the spider's cage. Quickly looking behind you, you go to reach for the cage, and as you reach for the cage, you kind of clumsily grab toward it, and the spider actually bites your hand.
Nice.
So I want you to take 3 wounds.
Perfect.
And you will take some strain damage. You're going to take 2 strain and then some further strain damage at my discretion later on.
As you become Spider-Man.
Perfect.
And it stings really, really bad that you actually kind of shout out when you go to grab it.
Okay.
And you can see that your friends are kind of moving away rather quickly, so you figure you should go. Maybe abandon your attempt.
How much strain was that? I got the 3 wounds.
2 strain.
How much strain? 2 strain.
Yeah, 3 wounds, 2 strain.
I'll hurry on it.
All right.
Hey, Dane.
Cradling my hand in my chest.
Ow.
Will you fix our light side points?
Never.
Please. I feel like we're gonna need them. We're starting off real good.
Sorry, I didn't. I wasn't even paying attention that you guys rolled them. So what's that? 2 for Rachel.
Yeah, that accidentally clicked it.
1, 2. Abe got 1.
Were you the only one to get light side points? Everyone else got chunk
Andy
side.
got a late side point too.
And it got 1.
Okay.
Smith's holding down the fort over here.
That's good.
That's
That's
right.
good.
All right, got it.
Thanks, Dane.
All right. So you guys arrive at the droid maintenance hatch with Escher bringing up the rear, holding his hand to him, and Aris turns around and says, "Thank you. It's very hard to lose them sometimes. They follow me everywhere I go."
That's inconvenient.
You have no idea. I'm glad you're on time. My father is very anxious to speak with you.
Why don't you want your husband to know about us or your father?
She glances at you and just kind of smirks and says, "My father is expecting you, and it asked me to retrieve you. As for my husband, it's complicated."
Okay.
I know complicated.
Anyhow, my father has asked to meet you within the next half hour. I can lead you to where he would like to meet, or I can simply give you directions if you need some time.
What's your understanding of this contract? Is it your understanding that we have committed to anything, or that this is just a preliminary discussion of a potential job?
It's my understanding that our mutual contact said that you may be interested in this job.
Does it pay good?
He said he would be willing to at least hear it out.
All right, that's accurate.
As for the pay, yes, it will pay quite nicely if you can pull it off.
I mean, you mean when we pull it off?
I'm hoping that's the case.
I don't know about you guys, but I mean, maybe she should take us. I mean, I've never been to this place.
It's a good city.
Is it?
Yes. There are many good mechanics here.
Like a good city? Or like a
Best
good
kept
city?
Secrets of the Outer Rim. And recently has become quite the tourist attraction. For good reason. Anyway, if you're ready, you may follow me. If not, I will give you the address and you can meet us in, say, half an hour.
Let's get this shit over with.
Okay.
I might
Very
have to
well.
I'd be
agree.
afraid we just get lost.
We will be heading to level 50 of Cloud City. My father will meet us there. And she starts to lead you through the droid hatch into a more populated corridor that leads to some lifts through the city. It takes a little while, but as you guys travel, you can see that Cloud City is pretty large. It's got many different areas to it. Where is my Cloud City picture? It is nowhere to be found. Why?
As we start to walk, H3 will lean towards Ra and say, "You said we should be careful about complicated relationships. Every time you use that word, it means you don't understand what's going on."
I mean, I think I always know what's going on. I always know what I'm doing.
Bullshit.
I feel confident in my abilities.
She may not know what's going on.
I don't know what we're doing here.
It's complicated.
It's definitely complicated.
Hey, well, while we're on the subject, Could you maybe try not thinking with your dick this time?
Whoa.
That's a
I have
tall
never
order.
once.
Rachel, you were this close to beer out the nose. This close.
It's never happened. I don't think that way much. I mean, I almost got it with that dancer that one time.
I'm pretty sure that Twi'leks do not have any neurons in their penises.
I just imagine we've just stopped
Well,
and she continues on. I think we're losing her. I'm gonna catch up.
I've never dissected one myself, but I've seen diagrams.
No, I think you're correct.
Let's make a deal. Bra does what he does best, and makes decisions based on his dick, and then you get to dissect it. I feel like it's good motivation,
I
right?
can't hear you guys. I'm all the way up here with her. I don't hear what you're saying.
So
As I get up there, I go, so you come here often?
I live here.
In this
yes.
hatch? This is a shitty place.
Not in this hatch, no. My father's suites are up on the higher levels of Cloud City.
Why are we going so far down?
Well, the what's it called again? Port Town, the lower levels of Cloud City are places where the less well-known go to meet and to discuss business.
So your dad's not too well known then?
Oh, my father is very well known.
I'm so confused.
Wait, if we're going to level 50, that's like pretty high up there, right?
That's pretty high up, yeah.
Oh, we're going up.
We're going
This
up.
doesn't go down, it goes up.
We're going up. I've lost my damn picture again.
There's a picture in the under images. I don't know. It's kind of a side.
Did I share it with you guys? Did you
Yeah.
see it at all
Yeah,
for a second?
did you put an
Sorry,
arrow?
I just saw 0 to 50 is up there.
Yeah. That is correct. I don't know why my Cloud City is not going into. Go in the thing. There it is. Okay.
Go to the art museum.
So, yeah, you guys are going to the upper levels, and it's going to take a little while for you to travel across there. But as you can see, the port town seems to be the more industrial area. And it's the one that's most immediately accessible from the outside landing bays, like the one that you landed in. There's a lot of lower class amenities and shops, that kind of stuff. And it doesn't seem to be as well guarded as the upper levels that you guys soon travel to. Once you reach the upper levels, it seems more like a classy inner city area. Lots of fancy apartments, buildings, restaurants. It basically the economic status seems to increase as you go up in levels of Cloud City.
I can make it up here.
Yep. As you guys travel, you eventually reach a series of apartment buildings that Eris leads you into. And near the top of this particular apartment building, she stops in front of a door. I gotta find my place here again.
Did you forget your key?
No. She presses a button to chime the door, and a man opens the door, a Pentoran man who's kind of older but dressed in kind of noble clothing, purples and blues, very kind of fancy. And he looks like this. If he images are here, yeah, there he is. Here. He greets you at the door and says, "I'm pleased you came. You've been recommended to me as people with a certain set of skills. Come in." And he just moves aside and offers you to come in. The apartment seems kind of posh and very, very clean. If you guys want, you can roll a hard perception check. Hard being
Hell
3 purple.
yes!
Is that Matthew Lillard?
It might be.
It
He's
looks like,
Shaggy.
yeah.
It might be Shaggy.
She's perception 2 purple,
3 purple for hard.
3 purple.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Going strong.
Oh, we're doing good.
Oh shit, I hit the wrong button. I don't remember how to roll. Okay. Double click.
Good, good.
Okay.
There we
Goes
go.
out of the way, hopefully. All right. So yeah, you guys walk in. It's immaculate in its cleanliness, and it looks like a high-end apartment that some hoity-toity fancy guy would live in. Please grab a seat. Eris, will you please get our guests some drinks? She nods and walks over to the bar and starts fixing drinks for all of you. He gestures over to kind of a round couch and asks you all to sit.
I think H3 would probably just hover near the door.
Okay.
Unless he was like specifically asked to come in or something.
Yeah, and you notice that he doesn't seem nonplussed about that.
Yep.
At all. But he offers a seat to the rest of you.
I'm gonna wait to see if Cena sits down first.
Oh no, Cena doesn't sit. Cena stands. So her back isn't to any doors or windows.
Is there like a end table around this sofa?
So
Or
there's like a
inside the sofa?
it's like a half circle sofa, and then facing opposite of the half circle sofa, there's like a chair, a fancy chair, a lazy boy chair, which is where he sits down, and then in between there's like a circular coffee table.
Ron's gonna sit down and go to put up his legs and think better of it, and then he's gonna kind of wipe the bottom of his boots and then put his legs up.
Okay.
It's a nice
Asher?
place you got here.
Thank you. I try to keep it in tip-top shape.
To Rachel's comment
Asher
about
will
doors and
flop
windows.
down on the couch.
He plops down. Okay.
Yeah.
What's that, Andy?
Boom.
Are there windows? To Rachel's comment.
There are windows. So like it's almost the room is almost circular in shape. And on basically a third of the circle there are some windows outside that you can just see clouds, the clouds of Bespin out the window. And then there's also what seems to be a skylight that seems to be leaking light in from the upper levels of Cloud City. And that's kind of positioned over the couch and table.
This is a nice apartment.
Nice
It's got
apartment.
windows.
It's got illumination. He looks at Cena, then over to you, Ra, and then over to Escher, and then says, "Very well. So as I was saying," and he leans forward. As he does this, Aris comes over and offers you each a drink. It's like a Bespin brandy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
I'm gonna smell it. Does it smell like poison?
No, it smells like brandy. It smells like
I
good
drink it.
stuff. Okay. And it is good
Cena
stuff.
just holds hers.
It's tasty. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Escher, if you decide to drink it, you may take away a strain.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
because you're about to take 5 more.
Same with you, Ra. If you have strain, you can take one
Oh
away.
shit, I do have strain.
Okay.
Don't remember why.
It's a pretty tasty brandy. So he leans forward, kind of swishing his drink in his glass, and says, "As I was saying, our mutual contact, I believe you know him as the Baron, recommended you to me as people with a certain set of skills. I have a job offer for you, and it's a scheme that requires those skills. He leans a little bit more forward and kind of looks side to side, and he says, "What I'm about to propose is illegal, confidential, and could be somewhat dangerous. But if you're successful, it could pay out tens of thousands of credits, perhaps more. I think you'll discover it's well worth your trouble. So, are you interested?"
Didn't hear anything that makes me not interested yet.
I kind of
nod.
jiggle my glass.
Yep. Like in a Cheers kind of way, or like a
No, like
you're
it's
just
empty,
kinda
and I don't
idly.
know why it's empty.
Okay. Aris comes over and pours you another cup.
Oh, thank you. I was just thinking I wanted some more.
He looks at you
Oh,
expectantly.
worst.
So tens of thousands of credit. How much is your take? What's in it for you?
Well, if we can pull this off, we'll split it half, 50-50.
So you would be joining us in this?
I've set up all the
Coming
background
along?
work, including a dummy account to transfer the funds once the job is complete. I would also provide you with Aris, and he nods over to Arend Shen, to be your contact and to help you with anything you need. Unfortunately, I'm a little too close to this in order to get my own hands dirty, and that's why I'm wanting to hire you.
I mean, I don't.
Job.
What kind of job? Now that's the question, isn't it? I can tell you, but I'm afraid before I can tell you, I'll need some kind of guarantee that you will help me. Because if I tell you and you decide not to, I could implicate myself. You understand, I'm sure.
You want us to agree to a job when you haven't told us what the job is.
Let's just say that I want you to steal something.
Mm-hmm.
A very valuable something.
Uh-huh.
And if we can pull it off, as I said, the payout will be, well, more than you can imagine.
I don't know. I can imagine a lot.
Well done, Abe. You get a bonus to your next roll.
Yes. Mark it down.
You'll have it. And perhaps more.
So let's say we are interested. We tell you we're going to take this job, and then I don't know, we get wherever we're supposed to go, and it's too hot, and we bail. Then what happens?
Well then, we'll have to come up with something. We'll either have to disavow each other or perhaps improvise. You look like the types that could improvise. He especially indicates Ra.
Ramen has his head back, and he's just looking up at the clouds at the moment. He's listening, but his head's back.
Dane, are either of them armed?
No, they. Oh well, you can roll a perception, and it'll be a simple difficulty.
Dane, can I also roll a perception for something else?
Yeah.
I'm
Simple as
listening
one,
for anything.
0.
Okay.
I don't know what difficulty you want me to make that.
Yeah. So, Sina, you are looking them over hard, making sure that you're not seeing anything you don't like. They seem to be dressed very simply. Aris has a black jacket on and a black cap right now, but you cannot visually spot any kind of weapon or any kind of armament on either Arden or Aris.
Okay.
And they're both standing. Aris is standing now behind Arden, who is sitting opposite of you guys.
I mean, it seems like if Aris is coming with, probably need to do this fairly quickly, considering her bodyguards will probably be back here soon, right?
He says, well, thanks to you, I've shaken them for a little while. If he does find me, and I'm with my father, then he won't ask any questions. But I'd prefer that he doesn't know about any of you.
This this job, is it here on Cloud City or is it off-world?
Yes, it is here, on Cloud City. I've taken great pains to set up the right conditions for this theft. All I need is the pieces of the puzzle.
Cena, where are you compared to me?
She is probably. Is the semicircular couch up against the wall?
No, it's kind of in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like an amphitheater kind of deal, where the floor kind of goes down to the semicircle couch.
She's looming behind you.
Yeah, so
She's
probably make-
behind the couch with eyes on the windows and the door.
Yep.
And and the dude.
And H3 is standing next to the door. But H3, you're within listening distance from everything that's going on.
I'm gonna roll my head to Cena and just kind of eye her. Shrug?
Sounds like he needs muscle. We're muscle. We could use the credits. I'll hear him out. I'm not committing to shit, but I'll hear him out.
That's good enough for me. So here it is.
I sit up.
A few days from now, a valuable gemstone will be auctioned here on Cloud City. The gem is known as the Jewel of Yavin and has the reputation for being unstealable. Our plan is this: infiltrate the auction, manipulate the bidders to raise the bid. We want the jewel to sell for as much as possible for maximum return when we slice into the central computer network and redirect the auction credits to our own accounts. He kind of looks at you. As in, what do you think about that?
That's it?
Well, there's a little bit more. The
So-
gala and the gem are being held at a Figs Associates Art Museum. One of the more popular museums on on Cloud City.
Hey, I heard about figs.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna let you roll a deception. He doesn't believe you.
But I get a bonus for my next roll.
That's true.
Yeah, vote on this. This is super important.
Now, that's an advantage to us because the Figs Museum wasn't designed to protect an object that valuable, making this the best chance we have to nab it. You heard me right. We're going to steal the gem twice. He sits back in his chair, grinning from ear to ear, fingers templed in front of him, and he says, well, what do you think?
You have a
So
buyer
we're
for the
gonna.
gym?
What was that, Rachel?
You have a buyer for the gym other than the one at the auction.
I have several fences lined up, yes, as well as a dummy count for which to transfer the funds to.
So we get half the credits that are paid at the auction and half the credits from the fence.
That's correct.
So how do we know we won't be double crossed in all this?
Well, I suppose you'll just have to take my word for it. I'm banking a lot on this heist.
I get it. He's banking a lot.
So double crossing you really wouldn't be in my interest.
So our job is go to the auction, drive up the bid, slice into the computer at the auction, and then steal the gem.
Not the computer at the auction. You will actually be slicing into the central network of Cloud City. Not an easy task, but the Baron assures me that you are resourceful.
So you want us to both slice into the thing and jack at the bid.
Yes.
So you want us to split the party.
Well, how you accomplish all these feats will be entirely up to you. I can give you the information you need about what it is you are going to be tasked to do. And it is up to you and your resourcefulness to come up with a plan. Again, I need to keep some distance from this. I'm a little bit close to this whole thing.
Why? What makes you so close?
Well, I will admit that some of this has to do with a little personal endeavor. A certain commissioner of the Imperial Trade and Commerce Authority has taken possession of this gem. I have a bit of a personal vendetta against him, and I will tell you what that is once I find the page that I put it on.
You said an Imperial Trade Commission?
Yeah, Imperial Trade Commission. His name is Morris Grayson. He's made it his own personal mission to destroy my reputation.
What'd you do to him?
Well, I was a former financier and also a politician. I made some claims that didn't quite sit well with Mr. Grayson. And let's just say that there was a falling out. That's neither here nor there. Just know that it would give me great pleasure to embarrass him by stealing his greatest treasure right out from his nose.
Twice.
2 times.
So, how much is this gem really worth?
Well, it's hard to say, really. It could be anywhere from... Oh, I have it somewhere. Guys are asking me questions, but I don't have my notes organized well enough.
This guy's thinking a lot. We kill him!
Ooh, good question.
In the legal markets, it would probably be worth anywhere from 500,000 to 1 million credits. However, a legal market for this particular gem no longer exists. At least not in an imperial space.
So it's worth
On
a
the
lot.
black market, it depends on who your contacts were, yes.
How much are your contacts offering you?
That's going to depend on whether we can get a hold of the gem and they can take a look at it. But I assure you, It will be a pretty sum. There's nothing like this gem in all of the Outer Rim. Or so it is said.
Well, I mean, I'm not doing anything today.
Like I
I don't
said,
have
you
any
have
plans
some
either.
time. The actual sale of the gemstone is in a few days. That gives you plenty of time to make your preparations, make your contacts, or whatever else that you are planning. The less I know, the better. As I said before, Aris will be here as your contact. If you need anything from her, or from me, make sure you go through her. She may be able to provide helpful insights as well.
Where can we find her? Here? Point at the room.
She says, I will give you my personal comm link.
Oh.
Anyways, if you have questions for me, you may ask me them now. And Arend stands up. He goes, yes, that is well and good. I need to excuse myself. I have some other business to attend to. If you have any questions for Aris, she will stay here to answer them. I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful business partnership. He nods to all of you and then walks out past H3 and walks out the door.
I actually step in front of the door.
Okay.
As he's walking up, H3 will just ask, do you need the money?
He turns around and looks at you, or at the three of you by the couch, and says, I do believe your droid may be malfunctioning.
Nah, he's
Ask
working
me
fine.
He turns around to H3 again and looks you up and down. Says, yes, I do need the proceeds from this heist, but for what is my business and none of yours, especially not a droid.
Well, that's rude. I step aside.
He just looks confused by you and just gives you another glance up and down and then walks out.
Mhm.
Aris sits down in the chair that Arend was sitting in and says, so, do you have any questions for me?
Well, we're going to need to know how to get into this place, where this main computer is, and then how to get into the Fig Art Gala Museum thing. Do we need tickets? Do we have tickets? Are there tickets? Do we just walk in?
I think you've got the cusp of the situation that we're looking at here.
I get
Yes.
up and walk behind the bar.
Let's take these questions one by one. First, what was first? What was your first question?
Where's the computer? Where's the main splicing computer?
My father has set up a dummy account. This dummy account has been set through one of the main banks here in Cloud City. Don't ask me what it's called. I don't have my notes with me right now.
But what's it called?
But it has a name, and I will tell it to you as soon as I can find it.
The bank.
You will need
of
to
Cloud
hack.
City.
You will need to hack into this bank to transfer the funds to this account. This will be no easy task, as the bank's network is directly connected to the central network of Cloud City. On top of the encryption and other security measures that are in place in this network, it is monitored by the Cloud City network administrator, known as Lobot. Lobot is
That Lobot?
that Lobot. He is not a machine, but he is the closest thing to a machine that you could get. He is deeply detail-oriented, hardly ever sleeps, and is ruthless when it comes to intruders. In all honesty, Cloud City has never been safer from hacks and intrusions than it has been under Lobot's watch.
So these funds, is there like a time frame on this? Like we have to intercept it as funds are being transferred after the bid happens, or
That's
I mean, like,
correct. Once
so the
the
bid-
gem is bid upon for an accepted price, you will need to intercept those funds and transfer them to Arend's account.
how soon after the bidding closes does that transfer happen?
Pretty immediately, maybe a 2-hour, 3-hour window at most. So you'll want to be prepared before you try to slice the account.
I figured we'd just do it live.
That's entirely up to you, but I would very much like to see you succeed at this, for my own personal reasons.
There's a lot of personal bullshit involved
Sorry,
in this.
can you give me 1 second?
I guess. Just for the record, Ramen comes up from behind the bar with like
Okay,
a mixer,
Give the
and
entire bottle
I'm
of
making a
brandy.
drink, and I bring it out, and I'm like, man, this is better shit.
Yeah,
And I hand a bottle to Cena.
Ave, roll your perception, just a normal. Make it an easy check, but give yourself a setback die as well as a boost die, because you drank a couple at this point.
You said easy, so is that 1 difficulty?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
What's back there,
as you bend down to get some to make yourself a drink, you find lots of different types of alcohol. But the one thing that you notice that's odd is that none of this has been opened, other than the bottle that Aris has opened, and that kind of sparks your curiosity. And as you stand up with the bottle of whatever that you grabbed, you look around and notice that this place doesn't look like it's actually being lived in at all, and that it might just be a front area for meetings such as this. Doesn't seem that anybody actually lives here.
So you guys don't live here at all, do you? Because I mean, I would have blown through at least half of this. I'm just.
She looks at you and smirks. She looks at you and smirks, and she says, "Very astute. We set up several of these apartments that are purchased under my father's name. They make adequate places to meet discreetly."
I'm gonna hold up a bottle of dark liquid and go, Cena?
She says, "Please help yourself."
Oh, I was going to.
Yes, Cena will hold out her hand for the bottle, and
I chuck it underhand at her.
she's like, one hand catches it.
All right, I'm sorry. You were saying computers?
Pull out the cork with her teeth.
Yes.
So this won't be your normal thug's slicing job. You will need somebody with skill, and if not skill, enough advantages to give them the edge over Lobot and his security. So keep
Andy,
that
can
in
you
mind.
slice?
H3's over there flexing his slicing fingers.
Just like a couple of fingers come up. I think we got that covered.
I mean,
if I
didn't
might
he
make a suggestion,
fail to slice against like the Imperial.
he held himself.
Computers?
He held his own against the little bat guy.
I
Little
was thinking
Chatterpan.
about the spaceship.
Yeah.
combat.
Yeah, he might have. Well, anyways, he says it may be prudent to arm yourself with a computer spike, some kind of pre-written code to give you an advantage and a head start in your hacking. Also, it would probably be helpful to get a sample of the encryption of the central network. How you accomplish that is completely up to you. Now, what else was it that you wanted to know?
The auction. How do we get into bid?
The auction. Well, I suppose the first thing you'll need to know is about who are the auctioneers themselves. There are several people interested in the gem who have come from all over the galaxy. I don't have much more information other than their names, but it may be prudent to meet with them beforehand in the days leading up to the auction. Again, your goal is to convince them to bid as high as they can in order to drive that price up. The bidders are as followed, and she pulls out a data pad and kind of shuffles through it. A Caltho the Hutt, Shreya or Dasa, Mil Mikir, M-I-K-K-E-R, or K-K-I-R, M-I-L-M-I-K-K-I-R, a Pospodura, P-O-S-P-O-D-U-R-A, a Zerka Fall, Z-E-K-R-A-F-O-L, a woman simply known as Eliza, E-L-A-I-Z-A, and of course, my dear loving husband, Boris Tabareth.
So, of course, your preference would be that, or, well, is your preference that we steal your husband's money or not?
She smiles broadly at that suggestion. She says it would bring me very much joy to see that gem, or to see Vorse's money ripped away from his fingers.
So you don't, like, plan on inheriting it all after he dies suddenly and unexpectedly or something?
She sighs and looks down and says, "My marriage to Vorse was never my decision. My father arranged this union to better expand his interests. Though I haven't been mistreated by Vorse, he does tend to be a little suffocating. I don't have any attachment to this posh lifestyle," and she kind of waves her hand around, says, "To be honest, I would like to buy a ship and make a name for myself. By myself."
There's like a glimmer of hope in my eyes, and then it just faded.
So we drive up the bids. Somebody buys this thing. We intercept their money. They don't just walk away with the gem right then.
No. After the auction, there will be some downtime before the gem itself is delivered to the buyer. That, ideally, is when you will make your heist.
But the gem is at the auction, I'm assuming, on display.
The gem is on display at the Figs Art Museum, which also happens to be the place where the gala is going to be held.
How much downtime?
I have to check my notes. Hold on. Sorry, I have stuff written all over the place.
we're gonna make such a good plan, and then
I'm gonna come out in a dress.
yeah, and then Ra's gonna do random shit, and then we're just gonna shoot everyone.
We got the money. We got the gem. We gotta go.
We're just gonna run. We're just gonna run and shoot and run.
No, I think the central part of any good plan is going to involve a spider.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to find this, so feel free to talk amongst yourself while I dig through my disjointed, unorganized crap.
So I mean, well, I guess if we don't give him the gem, then we don't get the money. We have to find a fence ourselves. But if we do hand over the gem, then presumably we get half of the sale price twice.
Yeah.
So really, like screwing him over doesn't accomplish anything for us because we just have this gem that we have to find someone to buy it.
Oh,
Yeah. I think that would also screw up the whole Baron thing. Plus, this makes more sense why the Baron wants us to help this guy because he's screwing over some Imperial guy.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer to your downtime question is, she says, well, generally the gem would be transferred to the buyer the next day. The ideal time for the heist would be after closing hours, the day of the gala.
Mhm. Okay.
Somebody's taking notes.
So we're jacking up prices.
Probably better than mine.
Splicing into the network. Wait till the end of the day and then we steal the gem?
That's the long and short of it, yes.
I mean, that seems pretty easy, right? Right?
Now, you'll need to keep in mind that the gem itself is heavily guarded. Maris Grayson is not ignorant to the value of the gem. But at the same time, he is providing most of the security, not Cloud City itself.
Why is that significant?
It may help you narrow down what your obstacles may be.
Oh.
We got how many days until the start? You said a few days? That means a few. 2?
Let's
Three.
say 3,
4?
with the stipulation that I may change that once
5?
I haven't actually figured it out yet. 3. Let's go with 3. 3 sounds
6?
like
3 days.
Yeah, gem is already on display there.
the gem is already on display at the Figs Art Museum.
Can we just walk up and look at it?
It's open to visitors
Do you have to pay to
during
get in?
normal opening hours.
And maybe-
Normally, I think there's some kind of entrance fee, as most
This is the
museums
worst.
have. But yes, casing out the museum is probably a good idea. Now, your question about the gala. That's a little tricky. That's a little tricky in and of itself. Obviously, you're not going to be able to just crash the party. You're going to need an invitation. The easiest way to go about that is to secure an invitation is to win the Cloud Car Grand Prix the day of the gala.
Is it racing? Do we fly things?
That's the easiest way.
I mean, I say we gotta go now. Let's do it.
It's a high class event, so
How do we get in?
tickets are limited.
You buried the lead.
Again,
Gotta go now.
again, the Cloud Car Grand Prix is a annual race in Cloud City, anticipated every year, and the winner receives a ticket to the gala as well as a grand prize of 30,000 credits.
Jesus.
Son of a bitch, we gotta go. We gotta go
Nothing to
right
take a stick
now.
at.
I mean,
But-
we have to buy a cloud car.
You will need access to a cloud car. Whether
Son
you
of
buy
a
that or
bitch.
come buy one by other means.
So now we need a cloud car, and I gotta learn how to drive it.
As you can see, there are a lot of moving pieces, but with these pieces in place, this could be the take of a lifetime.
And one of those pieces is the cloud car.
How big is a cloud car? Can we put it on our ship when we win?
I'm sure we could.
Where are they? Silhouette 2?
Depends on how quickly we have to get out of here.
Fast as hell.
Wait, the winner only gets one ticket? They don't get like a +1?
That's correct. Well, to my knowledge, there may be a +1 stipulation. I actually haven't seen an invitation.
Guys, I don't want to throw this out there, but I mean, I could win that Grand Prix, but I'm not. I'm gonna fuck it up.
If we send Raw in alone, it's gonna be chaos.
I can't go it alone. Can I give my ticket to someone?
Raw's gonna end up buying the gym. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna drive up the bids. Oh shit, I'm the highest bid.
I mean, my persuasion
I don't
skill's
think
really
you can-
high. I mean, look here. Maybe it's not persuasion that I'm good at.
No, that's totally how it goes. Raw ends up buying the gym and like is too embarrassed to tell us, so we like steal the money from Raw to give to the guy.
The gala, does it have physical tickets or are they digital on a guest list somewhere?
It's invitation only. Physical invitations is my guess. Handed out to those important enough to attend.
So I could give the ticket to someone. All right. So we find a cloud car, whatever the hell that is. I win a
Who
race.
has the best cloud car?
Yeah, let's steal their car.
I can't say that's information I'm privy to. I don't pay much attention to the races, but I'm sure that's something you could find out of your own accord.
There are so many check boxes in my OneNote right
I'm
now.
sure once you,
No.
once you paint like a fireball on the side of it, no one will recognize it.
How did you know I
true.
was going to do that?
Anyway, I hope that you are all up for the challenge. I think that if we can pull this off, we'll all be richer for it. And we can really stick it to Grayson and Tabaruth. Again, I'll leave you with my personal comm link if you have any more questions, but in the meantime, I believe you all have some planning to do. Feel free to use this apartment or your own ship if that's more comfortable to you. I will see you in 3 days. And she bows to you and excuses herself. Okay, so guys, that's the basic premise here.
Oh
I
boy.
don't really have anything else for tonight's session, but I want to give you guys a chance to roleplay as well as come up with the plans so that I know where to take this next session. Because I have a feeling it's going to get wild.
I sure wouldn't come up with this, but I say we figure out who has the best cloud car and steal it. And that will give us an idea if we're any good at stealing things.
That's
And if
true.
we blow that, then we probably shouldn't be trying to steal this diamond.
Do cloud cars have the same kind of like boss data pad deal as do planetary vehicles have that same?
Yeah, they probably have a registration, just like a car would have a registration.
Okay.
You just gotta find somewhere where they like race cloud cars for pinks and see if we can like get Raw in there so then you can own I guess you should have a cloud car race in order to race for pinks though, huh?
Then we get
Cloud car derby.
Vin Diesel on our side.
But
So
we like get like a junker cloud car for super cheap, but then we like race for pinks with a nicer cloud car. We spend like 3 days working our way up to nicer cloud cars.
And don't do anything else for the mission. That's the only privilege.
Yeah, we got a cloud car. That's not what I asked you to do.
But it's real nice. It's got flames. All right, so just full disclosure here. So this is my space is 3 yellow and 1 green, but my planetary flying is 1 yellow and 3 green.
Yeah. Same
I'll
with me.
level that up. I'll level it up. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh, that's right. I have some XP to spend.
Yes,
Yeah,
for that
that's
XP.
Good at stealing
Sounds
things.
Yep. Now that you know, you can.
We for sure have to scope out the museum.
Right.
Theoretically, it would be nice if we could scope it out after hours, just to see if we can get
Break it.
one person in and out
Right.
before we're actually trying to steal anything. I don't know. Although that could go wrong too if that person
Could also blow the whole job. It would only be one person getting caught. That's true.
Well, yeah, but then even if they don't get caught, if they get noticed, then it would increase security the next day. Yeah.
It sounds like we need to make some like underground contacts here in Cloud City as far as the like computer spike and like the encryption codes and
Mm-hmm.
And it might not be specific to your situation, but don't forget that you guys already have contacts that you could use for whatever reason.
Oh shit! I could call him Cole. We like him.
You have Cole. You have who else? What was the girl's name? Corti, boss.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe
The Baron.
he has a cloud car.
Baron. Yep.
oh hey, what's the Skux on our ship? What's he good at?
Yeah. Not knowing he's a Jedi.
Being a creeper.
Lay him low. But
play him
you
through.
guys could approach
Be able to
Gato too
play him.
if you want to try something. That's all entirely up to you. You guys have full.
Mysterious,
full control.
gravelly voice.
Dane, you should put this in your
What are
notes.
you?
That full disclosure, I will totally try to. He told me to meditate. I'm gonna try whatever that is. It'll probably involve like a bottle of booze.
Okay.
To
And you're gonna try to use your
figure
horsepower?
out. Yeah, I'm not gonna put you
Alright.
at it right now, but
Sure.
like next session, just whatever it is
Raw.
happens.
Meditating. So you're gonna take some time to meditate to prognosticate.
It's gonna be a lot of
So
swearing and drinking.
get meditate equals meditate equals get blackout.
You just
drunk.
get
I'm gonna get blackout drunk
Pass
and
out.
hope
Oh,
something
I have an idea, guys.
something happens.
There's vomit on your cheek.
But just listen to what I'm saying.
What would be the plan with well, I mean, all good heists have 3 parts. So we have the auction part sometime shortly after the auction, or maybe like right at the end of the auction. I have to figure out how to slice and intercept the funds and
Redirect them.
redirect them.
Right.
So it sounds like the auction stuff happens first, then the computing stuff is like right at the tail end of the auction.
Correct.
And then later that night is the stealing the jewel part.
So, do you have to be in a particular place to do the slicing, or can you do that from anywhere?
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
I should have asked it after first class.
We'll just send her a bunch of text messages. as we think
Can.
about
Yeah.
things.
You can, and if you guys want to ask her stuff through the play in Discord too, you can do that too. But if you asked that question, Asher, she would have told you the central network is probably not something you could access from a normal visitor's console within Cloud City. It would probably need to be accessed through one of the office or bureaucratic computers.
So we're
The
all
other
Have
option,
access to any of those?
I was going to say, the other
Or-
option is if
or
you
her
can
father.
physically access one of those, you could install a backdoor to access it remotely.
That's something within her or her father's purview, as far as like something they have access to.
Perhaps, depending on what you are thinking. But they might be able to help you with that. depending on what your plan is.
They also might not want us to be possible to track it back to
Right.
one of her father's computers.
What does her husband do? Like, what's his role in Cloud City?
So he is a mob boss. He's
Right,
known
right,
as a mob boss, and I think you even rolled your Streetwise or your Underworld, and I think you and Raw both knew that he's kind of a shaker and mover
Right.
within this sector. But he runs a lot of just criminal enterprises that are basically legitimate businesses that are shells for criminal enterprises. Money laundering, all that kind of good stuff.
Installing a backdoor, finding a computer and installing a backdoor sounds good, but there's the risk that if the backdoor is found, then I might be without
Access.
Without
access
access.
time.
right.
So we might want to do it like the day before, maybe, if we were to do that.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want to do that now.
Yeah, maybe we can find that guy and drug him, knock him out, get him a
Lobot?
lady. He's
Robot?
he's not a robot. He's
He's
somewhat
mostly
robot.
human.
Lobot.
He's
That's the
mostly
thing.
him.
Oh yeah, Lobot.
Lobot Blue.
So Ra's gonna seduce Lobot.
Yes, I knew it would come in handy.
Got it.
I
Put
don't
on your
know.
hat.
H3 might be more his type.
Maybe.
Mm.
Oh, you think it's a gang?
What's gang?
They're the ones that are like
Skills
mostly cybernetic.
Lobot.
Nope. Here's
Oh,
Lobot.
no.
I just sent a picture.
5 times the rank. It's being raised from 1
Yeah, Lobot's
to is
Lobot.
10.
Oh,
Lobot.
Yeah, it's Lobot.
Yep.
is
That's
that actually
Lobot.
a guy?
Yep. He's the guy he's real quiet, walking behind Lando and Empire, and you don't know anything about him. But his name's Lobot, and he's got all kinds of lore attached to him. So, but anyway, he's the central administrator of the network.
And he was badass in Breaking Out Lando at the end.
He and Lando are buddies.
So we don't kill him.
I mean,
Well, Abe didn't say anything about killing him.
Yeah. Kill him with my
don't know,
sexy
we've-
face.
We've seen the results of some of his other dates.
Everyone dies. Everyone. But did they really live? Yes.
I have.
And then they die.
Hey, I just increased my
Oh.
planetary flying, so you're welcome.
We got a lot of stuff to do.
yeah, we do.
You may have to do something to the party,
I don't want to split
like
the party.
split it up.
I mean,
Okay,
we're
just-
not all flying with you on this race. So.
Okay, that's a good point. I could be winning that race while things are happening. Also, Ramen is totally all for going in there alone and bidding.
Uh-huh.
I am highly against it, but Ramen totally in for it. Totally his style.
Well, I feel like
mean,
best case
You
scenario.
might be against it. No one else has the skills to do that. No
No.
one.
That's true. I'll put on my
Yeah,
jacket of sweetness. What's it called?
Yep, jacket of
Yeah.
sweetness. I mean, like
Now,
best case
I mean-
scenario, your ticket has a +1 and you can take another person in with you. But there's like, I don't think there's a way that like all 4 of us get in there.
And I really can't.
I mean, Escher's not going to help you with that.
No,
Abe, you could drive up the
no.
price. The risk would be that you drive up the price so high that you're the highest bidder and then have to pay for the chest.
500,001 credit.
You don't have the capability of doing, I don't believe, unless you're holding out on us.
I have been, and I am.
But yes, that would be a way to do it.
Yeah. We also have the list of names. I mean, we could go at it from the angle of like just learning what we can from the other bidders and see what you never know what kind of gems you might pick up as far as like some little nudges here and there might get people to
Oh, we need to
be
add
a little
that.
bit more competitive about it. You know, we can try to do a little bit of manipulation beforehand. Again, probably that's all you, Raw.
Right.
But we need to talk to the bidders, or at least find out.
Unless you need somebody to knock their heads together.
Talk to the bidders. We got to talk to the bidders.
Well, this gala,
Mhm.
I'm kind of assuming part of that is taking place before the auction, right? Is that like an all-day
Yeah, so
event,
there's going to be
or-
so there's the gala is and Aris would have explained this to you. The gala takes place before the actual bidding of the on the gem, and it's where a bunch of hoity-toity, well-known people of Cloud City are going to go and mingle and talk, and it would be an excellent opportunity to try to drive up the price on the gem.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That takes a big check off the list of trying to do before the gala.
Though she
Right, track them down.
she thinks that your idea, H3 of or whoever suggested it, of perhaps learning about the bidders before the gala might be advantageous as well. But yes, it is also going to take time to do that. And you have 3 days.
I mean, I'm guessing that like the people who are bidding on this jewel kind of want it for themselves, but could we set up like, I don't know, create like some sort of shadow persona who's willing to pay a lot of money for the gem, but for some reason can't bid on it themselves, to sort of like encourage these bidders to really like try to get it so they can resell it.
So they're like sending you as envoys?
Yeah, almost like hey, somebody
Like a
really wants it,
shadow-
they're willing to pay a
shadow
lot, but
bidder.
they can't bid, so
That's an interesting idea.
if you get it, you can sell it. But I mean, like, if these people are bidding on the gym because they really want it for themselves, I don't know if that's good motivation.
I mean, you could put some rumors out there that like there is someone, you know, on the dark market that's willing to pay.
I mean, I
Close
am
to
a merchant trader. I mean, I am Ender Lawman. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
Let's definitely put your like alias name out there as like
That's a high-end bidder.
as a major player.
Yep. And as soon as
That
they
could
see your
backfire.
ship, they're
Yeah.
gonna recognize you don't have any money.
Like, son of a bitch. There's so many to-do tasks. Dane,
Yes.
what do I know about a cloud car? Go to bed.
I would have you roll your.
Okay.
Let's see here.
I'll see you
in the morning.
Skills are there? I'm gonna say that you'd probably roll your planetary piloting
Planetary.
or knowledge outer rim. So let's start with knowledge outer rim.
Okay.
And I'm going to make it a hard check, 3 purple. But I'm going to give you a boost because you actually saw a cloud car on the way in.
Oh, shit. I get a boost, and you said the difficulty of what? 3?
Yep.
I didn't see anything coming in.
Okay, so I'm going to say that your advantage is that you assume that those things that came in, that escorted you in to the landing pad were cloud cars. Unfortunately, you don't know.
Thing?
Yeah, you don't know anything about them other than it seems that they have 2 pilots. They're 2 pods actually that are connected to each other. Where the hell did I put my picture of a cloud car? It's in the play. It's in the play.
I found it.
It's in the play. You could see that it has 2 cockpits. Whether those are both pilots, you're not sure. But it seems to be a vehicle that is meant for atmospheric flight, so not space flight. But other than that, that's all the more that you know about cloud cars.
But I have a somewhat good idea if that's what it is, then I need possibly another pilot, possibly a robot, possibly.
This is where I'll have you roll your piloting planetary and make that a 2 difficulty.
Good. I'm gonna use a force point.
Okay, just hold up.
Damn.
I have planetary, but I'm at 1 yellow, 3 green. I have it.
I'm 2-2 now.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find.
Spent me some
and
XP.
speeders.
I have access to planetary region.
So yeah, you totally using just your knowledge of how ships and vehicles work, you figure out that Cloud Car has. Okay. So, just your view is that one of these vehicles would probably not need 2 pilots. 2 pilots would be redundant. So, just from your experience with Starship flying as well as vehicle control, most likely the second pod, though you're not sure which one, would be for controlling guns if it's armed with any guns, or providing navigation, or in the racing circles, most likely it would be like, do you know what a rally race is, Abe? Where you have a driver and then they're focused solely on driving, where the person in the passenger seat is the one calling out directions and providing them with information. So your guess is that in a cloud car race, that's probably what the second pod is for.
All right. So I'm throwing it out there since
And
we're
that
sitting in
having
this.
somebody, and the advantages is that having somebody that's capable in that second car would be beneficial to your racing ability. Sorry, that's it.
I say we should put it on the list to find out what our Jedi friend can actually do, and if he's any good at that. And then maybe we won't have to take 2 party members away to do a race.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. So it seems, kind of racist just to assume all Jedi are good pilots.
Wouldn't that be forcist?
Forces.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I like Rachel's idea of the.
Well, I was thinking more about it. So, what if, like, I think you have a good point about, like, not everyone's getting motivated to resell the gem. But what if we, like, find out who these bidders are and then, like, spread different rumors? Like, if someone's, like, really into buying the gem because it's, I don't know, like, some relic or something, we, like, spread a rumor that whoever's gonna, like, somebody really wants to buy it to, like, destroy it for some reason, and someone else, like, wants to buy it. I don't know. What if we, like, spread a bunch of rumors so everyone's really motivated to buy it?
So my mic was off, so they didn't hear that when I said it. I was actually saying that's a good thing. My point was, what I told Rachel is that I like her idea because of, like, saying there's this specter, bidder somewhere out there who wants to pay, like, some ridiculous price but can't be here. I like that because it'll motivate people differently. People who just want, like, a gem in their collection or want to, like, show off their money, like, maybe they'll bid high, but probably the people that are going to bid the highest are people who are just out there for making money, like a mob boss, who, if he's the target, if he's the one we want to, there's a really good chance that he's going to, if he buys it, if he buys the story, he would be the one that probably would be motivated to go for, like, $1 million payout or 500,000 credit payout or whatever, So I think that's actually a good thing, a thing in the favor of your plan, because someone who just wants to, like, the gem for their own collection probably isn't going to go that high. They'll have a limit that they set for themselves, but someone might be willing to pay more if they think, oh shit, I can make 500,000 credits on this.
Right.
I mean, we could even just try to make contact with the mob boss beforehand then, and as like, hey, we are representatives of the shadow person, and if you're able to get this gem, we'd be interested in buying it off of you for some ridiculous sum of money afterwards.
Right.
And then he would have a couple days to maybe get together some extra money in case he doesn't have the cash on hand right now. He might be more willing to liquidate some assets and stuff like that.
Maybe. It's risky.
I have to go call my brother. I'll be back in a little bit.
I mean, I don't think we've identified a single thing that we want to do that isn't risky.
So we got to get. I want to call it a clown car. So it's going to be a clown car. We got to get a computer spike. We got to find out where the hacking is, or the best place to do it through. Possibly some sort of bureaucratic office. We should scope out the gem, and then try to talk some bidders up / learn more about them.
Yeah, learning more about them, I think, should be the first goal, because it sounds like we'll have a chance to like schmooze at the party.
I mean, it sounds like we kind of need to do like a general information gathering session around Cloud City.
Yeah.
Like, go out, find out who these people are, find out some locations, stuff like that.
Yeah, like find where I could get a computer, or what options there are for computers. Find out people. Find out what kind of guards there would be.
I'm sure we can't just go pick up a spike anywhere or whatever.
Right. Yeah, so
We'll have to find one.
And a sample of the encryption. I'm not even sure where.
You would need to get into the central network itself to be able to sample the encryption from it.
And there's a chance if I do that, then
there is a chance.
Labatt.
Labatt.
Well, no, you're coming.
Labatt Blue.
There's a chance that Labatt catches my signature if I do that, and then would maybe be easier to find me the next time. But could do it. Or, we can just kidnap Labatt. Lobot.
All right, so I have you guys. Probably next session is going to be a lot of information gathering.
Yeah.
You think you're going to gather information about bidders. You're going to look around for a hacking location.
Yep.
And you're looking for cloud cars. Okay. Anything else I should be prepared for?
We're going to go to the museum and scope it out.
Case the museum itself.
Yeah.
/ security of the museum.
And then spend XP.
I have a heist
you're
board
going to give us.
All right. Heist board. So I may not get to all of those in one session, but
no. Yeah.
I get the idea of what you're trying to do here.
Yeah.
The more important.
Yeah, and if you don't prepare for all of those, we can just do the ones you prepared.
That's helpful to me, but I will do my best to do a little bit of preparation for all of them.
I mean, like it won't like throw me out of
sure. Your enjoyment,
suspension of disbelief or whatever. If you're like, hey, I prepared for these 3, so you have to do these 3 first.
Right.
That's fine.
But no, I think I can do all that. That's good.
But Dan, I need you to find out if I can fit a cloud car into our ship when we leave. It's going to be important.
That is
it's
probably
a clown car, so you have to fit our ship into the clown car.
My guess is that probably not without some modification to your ship.
I think there is like a mod you can get.
There's a retrofitted hangar bay mod that you can put onto your ship.
There's like a minimum silhouette for that, I think.
Right. But I think they are a silhouette 3. I think they're starfighter size.
Are they
2 or whatever? Whatever the starfighter silhouette is?
I have to go check on kids.
Yeah, I think they're a 3. Let me check here real quick. Oh no, it's a silhouette 2.
And they're not. They don't go into hyperspace, right?
They do not. They're atmospheric only, planetary.
So they move on a planetary scale.
Yeah, like an airspeeder.
Okay.
So I think in theory they might be able to fit inside your ship. The only issue is that your ship isn't designed to carry vehicles necessarily, unless it was
I mean,
like a
if
speeder
we
or something.
gave as long as we didn't have to like get the fuck out of Dodge, I bet if we gave H3 enough time, he could
Yeah, he could
disassemble it.
probably
put it in
disassemble
the
it to
ship.
store it, yeah. Or he could install one of those retrofitted hangar bays so that it would fit in there.
Right.
He would essentially just expand the cargo space to fit or repurpose the cargo space to fit that.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. You like get rid
Yeah.
of a certain amount of your cargo space.
Yep.
In exchange for like a certain number of silhouette worth of.
Yeah, and it's only a 2, which surprises me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty stripped down.
They
Not
are.
much to them.
I guess they're not that big.
I believe it was in fully operational.
I think that's correct.
Yeah, fully operational.
And anatomically correct.
Fully operational. That's the engineer book from the Age of Rebellion. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun.
Though the retrofitted hangar bay may require your ship to be a certain silhouette. I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that. I thought for sure.
And if that's the case, I may just have to do some research, and it still may be possible to take a cloud car onto your.
Honestly, we might be leaving this place hot, so I don't know how much time we're gonna have to.
Yeah, it all depends on how things go.
Feels like
All
maybe
the dice, baby. All the dice.
Problem for another day.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
Wait. Where?
So we have a lot of things prepared. Is that what I'm getting?
It's gonna be great. We got time.
Fine, you'll do fine.
Time.
I mean, ramen's definitely prepared, so I'm excited.
He's a planner. That raw.
Yeah,
always plans it out.
So the backdoor thing. Just so I make sure I'm on the right same page as you, Dane. Is that just something like a physical something you would install, or is that maybe like a software you would?
So it would be a software, but you would need physical access to a computer that could reach the central network, basically.
Okay.
But if you installed the back door, you would have the ability to access that computer remotely, so you wouldn't have to physically be at that computer. Now, you don't have to do a back door. If you could get access to the computer physically and get enough time to sit at the computer and do your slicing, then you wouldn't need the back door.
Right.
So that's an option too, but you would have to figure out how to get access to that computer for the time that you need.
Okay. Oh boy.
Yeah, so it's layers. Layers
upon layers.
Now, Escher, you may be useful with your skullduggery when it comes to the actual physical security at the museum.
Yeah,
because you've got some experience with that kind of stuff.
Yep. All
Security
those
cameras.
jewelry heists I've been
on. Security cameras, things like that. But I mean, that and lockpicking a door, I mean, that's all in your wheelhouse. Not that you've actually had experience, but you could,
Heist.
Might be able to modify those.
Heist.
And you all realize that I'm Escher is going to spend his entire portion of the take on animals on your ship.
Menagerie.
It's good. It's good.
Yep. Just so you're aware.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to rename your ship to the Ark.
Nice. Shit. Such a hard time finding this. Okay.
But it'll at least be better than the one at what's the Pittsburgh amusement park.
Kennywood?
Kennywood, yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
better than the Ark at Kennywood.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a classic.
Classic. I'm looking up vehicle attachments.
Retrofitted hangar. Actually, the retrofitted hangar bay is in the core rulebook.
Oh, shit.
So we just have a couple things to do.
Yeah.
No big
Yeah, we're
deal.
not gonna. I don't even think that should be on our list for right now.
But you can keep it in mind because you're going to have a lot of money if you pull this shit off.
Yeah.
Mm.
We could put it so doing a hangar bay in the vehicle would take 2 hard points, so that's kind of pricey. $271.
Skills.
Force sensor exile. I don't want that. Who wants that?
I do. Oh yeah, it's only got 4 hard points.
Yeah, and I mean I can add hard points to it, but so may only be used by ships of silhouette 5 and larger. So no, we can't do it.
Yep.
That's fine. We don't need it anyways, right?
It's fine. We just sell it when we're done. Make even more money.
Or hey, she wanted a vehicle, so maybe we just give it to her.
Just give her the
Oh
the
yeah,
Hesperus.
we give her. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna put that beside.
She wanted a starship. Let's give her an
Atmosphere
air.
only
Yep.
vehicle that you
Why
can't
are you-
actually get away on.
Yeah, so it sounds like we need to do a little talking next time.
I also wonder if we should do some like scouting on the course or the race or something like that, because you did say that like
Good idea.
it's kind of set up to know, if someone can help you with the course a little bit, that's an advantage.
Mm.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like
So
if that verges on cheating, if we can't do that, or
Well.
like what's the difference between like research and cheating there? I'm sure there's
Right.
a line somewhere.
I mean, yeah. Basically, the goal is to win the race. How you do that, it's up to you guys. And I mean, you guys. I mean, Ra doesn't have any scruples.
No. I mean, if people can't see me blast one out of the air, I'm gonna blast them out of the air.
So I guess Aris would see a couple options for you, but they're not your only options. You can always think out of the box, which you guys love to do. But you could participate in the race yourself. But as you mentioned, the obstacle is getting access to a cloud car. So whether that's buying a cloud car, stealing a cloud car, as Escher suggested, borrowing a cloud car, or something of that nature. Another option would be you hire somebody else to race for you. You sponsor somebody but that would, if you sponsor somebody, you're going to have to pay them, whether that's you're paying them out of your winnings if they win, or you're paying them up front. So that might not be ideal to you. Or, I mean, those are your 2 options really for the race itself, but then you do have the option that you could turn the race to your favor by doing a number of things. Tampering with competition, tampering with the course itself, upgrading
Just
your cloud car.
stealing the invitation after
Right.
Ra inevitably loses the race.
Somehow securing the invitation. Yep. Even if you do lose the race. I mean,
Nah,
I
think we should do the race just because it would be fun.
it would be fun. And 30 grand credits. I mean, that's nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, that's enough
your
to
debt.
either buy off my debt or buy, a lot of booze.
Yep.
Probably the booze.
Probably the latter.
It's also probably just happens to be the price of a spike.
Yep.
Yeah, with computer spike, you could either hire somebody to create the spike for you, or you could create the spike, or you have several options with that. So yeah, I mean, any one of these tasks, you guys have full control over how you want to handle those. And I just got to be on my toes.
Dane,
Nimble.
what?
I made a huge mistake.
What do my good friend Cole, what was his specialties?
He was a shipjacker. So yeah, his stealing stuff is his specialty. He's probably a pretty decent pilot as well. But you owe him a favor, so if you want to call in another favor from him,
Yeah,
there's probably going to be a price to pay with that. So, but that's okay. That's what buddies do, right?
I mean, I bet if you gave him a significant portion of the winnings for
Ooh, yeah.
the race,
I could probably pay off
that might be a way to clear your face.
Yeah.
Or the cloud car.
Give them both.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, the key would be we're 3 days away from the race, and how fast can Cole get here?
Right. Time is involved.
I would I'll probably reach out to Cole.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen him in a while.
We haven't. Hey, did I ever get the feeling, and this is just me as a character because I don't remember, that he's still on my side? He didn't turn me in.
Nope. The last you talked to him, he was surprised that you were still alive, but he seems to be rooting for you.
All right.
He likes you. He thinks you're an idiot, but he likes you.
I think that was basically exactly his words.
Yep.
How do transponders work? Can I just reach out to him?
You have long range comms on your ship, and it would be a matter of just locating him. The last time he contacted you, he contacted the comm link on the ship that he had stolen and tipped you guys off to, that little G1A. So it might be a little bit harder to find him now that you don't have that ship. But you would have contacts to Gracchus's people, and they might be able to tell you where he was. But at the same time, Gracchus is looking for you. So there might be another way you can call him, but I got to think about it.
All right, that's on my to-do list.
You have to think about it. You might have to spend a light side point for it.
I mean, I spend them like money.
Yeah. And actually, that's not a bad idea. For calling in a favor like that, it would make sense to spend a light side point.
I like it. I bet you. I mean, he's not going to, especially because we already owe him. He's not going to do it for free. He wouldn't do it for free anyways. But let him keep the winnings. Maybe keep the car if the winnings aren't enough incentive.
Yep.
We keep the invitation.
And Cole and I are squaresies.
Squaresies.
And then I don't have 30 obligations. Yeah.
So Abe, I'll say if you wanna call in Cole, you can spend one of your guys' light side points, and then you and I can kind of role play that out over Discord.
Yeah, I would totally do that because that's.
Okay.
I think at this point I would just look for anyone without reaching out to Gracchus's people directly.
Sure.
Because I'm a smuggler. I'm good at this shit.
Yeah.
I may not act.
I just gotta think. I gotta think how you would contact them. But yeah, I'll say you're gonna be able to get in contact with them, so we can.
I'm gonna be like,
play that out through
hey,
Discord.
buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
You pull out your comm link and find you already have a missed message from him.
Like, what a coincidence,
that's actually pretty funny. I like that. That might be what it is.
I thought I felt my comm link vibrate. Oh, I had a missed call. Cool. He's already just like spamming all the bars in the area looking for me. All right, so that could at least help with possibly the race. That's one thing. I have no idea about this splicing.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, that seems like that's all H3.
But
Although I think Andy, you stepped away when he said you could make your own spike.
oh, cool.
Oh yeah, he did say that. And you know what? We might have the advantage because if you wear your Frankenstein bolt, maybe no one will even look at you.
True.
And then it just looks like you're doing your normal
Yeah,
thing.
one of your tasks would be, because you're gonna need a spike, you're gonna need encryption. So one of your tasks would almost be setting up like a slicing shop, a staging area. Whether that area is from a location like your ship, or is from, like I said before, a physical area where you can connect to the network, you're going to need to set up like a slicing shop. So with the back door, that gives you the option to set up the slicing shop within the area of your choosing, because you can access the computer remotely. But like you said, Andy, that does add a layer of risk because somebody could find the back door, depending on how well you do with the back door.
Right.
Or you could find a way to set up shop at a physical computer that has access to the central network, and that may take some more social engineering or just murder, depending on what you guys decide.
Never against murder.
Okay. The data spikes are very easy to find. That's the good news.
Mm-hmm.
Signature modulation pad would be nice, because that would mean it would be harder for somebody to find my signature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, creating a data spike would probably be within H3's wheelhouse. Now, creating a data spike good enough to counter Lobot, we'd have to see.
One round, maybe.
We'd have to see how well you create that data spike.
Basically, it lets me attempt to disable a security program as a maneuver rather than as an action.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it would just give me one round kind of
a head start, basically. Yeah, the data spike is basically just putting out like decoy programs and network chatter and stuff like that to try to give yourself an advantage.
Okay. Oh, and then, but once you use it, it reduces all future checks to disable that security program by 2. So it would help me throughout the encounter, theoretically.
Throughout the encounter. Dane, by any chance, did we get any XP for tonight?
I mean, all you're really doing is talking out and planning stuff.
So is that a yes?
I'm gonna say no, but the XP will come based off the execution of your plan and how
I'll put
things
that
shake
down
out.
as a yes.
But I did give you some XP from last session, unless you spent it already.
No, I already spent it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how my planetary space travel went up.
Mhm.
I do have
So
full throttle now.
I will say that now that you know the job, if you want to respec that XP that I gave you last time, you're welcome to do that. But
Oh.
I'm probably not going to give you any new XP this time.
Nope, I put it all into piloting, so it's fine.
Okay,
It worked
fine.
out.
That's fine.
Worked out well. I can now full throttle and fly planetary ships better. Skilled jockey, full throttle.
I just don't know.
Oh shit! I remove any kind of setback die from piloting because I'm skilled. Dane, I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
Good. I am too, but I also am worried I've got myself in over my head. But I think I got this. I think I got it.
Got this. Nothing will go to plan.
Yep.
Everything's going to go wrong.
Well,
and
see,
we're-
that's where I think it's going to be fun. Is that
And we're
nothing's going to go to plan.
and we're gonna have fun.
We might just never be able to come back to Cloud City.
Or show your faces in general.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We just keep adding.
Or
to
the
places.
opposite end is that it goes perfectly and you guys can just retire.
This isn't a legal auction in the first place, right?
The auction itself is legal,
Okay.
but liquidating the gem is what he said, that there are no legal markets for that.
Wonder why that is. Also,
Well, there's a very good reason, but you guys didn't ask about that.
Yeah, what is this gem?
Blood diamond.
So if you guys would have asked that, then they would have answered you. The Jewel of Yavin is a rare Corsica gem of unparalleled size, clarity, and inner radiance. But you can roll me a lore check. Anybody.
Yeah.
But the
What's the
difficulty is
difficulty?
going to be what's 4? Is that daunting?
Yep.
It's going to be daunting.
Don't worry, Roz got this. Roger's got himself a headache.
Nice.
I drink and I know
That's my deal. Who else got successes here? H3.
Yep.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, and seeing, I didn't even notice that you rolled your planetary piloting. Everything that Ra knew about the cloud cards, you would also, or cloud car, you would also know. About the second seat probably being somebody, a navigator, and having somebody good in that seat would give you an advantage. Okay. But as far as lore is concerned, Corsica gems. All right. So, Asher, you know that Corsica gems are highly sought after because they are so rare. They're just their clarity and the beauty of them make them desirable to people. But you also know that there is some other purpose to them. You're not quite sure what that purpose is, but whatever it is, it's the reason these gems are so valuable. I'm going to say H3. You also have heard of a Corsica gem, and that they're just highly sought after and very, very rare. But you don't really know anything beyond that fact. You just know that they are beautiful, they're unique, and they're extremely rare, and that's why they are so desired.
Oh, well, then when she says,
Mhm.
the Corsican gem, Asher will just, blurt out, oh, yeah, aren't they used for, don't they have some other, nefarious-ish purpose? On the tip of my tongue.
Yes, they have been known to be used for more than that, just display purposes. Those uses, I'm not quite sure what they are, but they are valued by many.
God, what is the version of an insight check?
I guess that would be.
Because I feel like she's lying.
Oh, you're cool.
I guess that would be.
Or discipline.
Yeah, I guess that would be discipline. I think it would be perception. Against her discipline. But I'm gonna make it an easy check. You can basically tell, she doesn't know much more than you do. Other than that, these are a one of a kind gem, and they have their uses beyond just being pretty. But she's not quite sure what that is either.
Probably building Death Stars.
Probably.
So that doesn't really explain why there's not a legal market.
It doesn't explain it to you because you don't know enough information
Sure.
about it.
That makes sense. Okay.
We can add that to our list of things we need to information gather about.
Yep.
The other thing I was wondering is why is it called unstealable? Like, it's a gem. Like, what would make an object unstealable? It just came to mind while they were talking about it.
And her response to that would be, it's known to be unstealable because no one has ever been able to steal it. In fact, Maris has hired people in the past to try to steal it, just to make sure that they couldn't. The gem has changed ownership many times, but it has never been stolen. Until now, that is, hopefully.
Interesting. Trying to think of compartmentalizing how we actually split this stuff up. We're not going to know much about the cloud car until you talk to Cole, probably. Make a plan after you talk to Cole. Gathering info on bidders could be any of us. If finding a computer could be any of us, but actually, if I was actually going to install a backdoor, that'd probably have to be me. If I made a computer spike, or more than one, I could make more than one. Then that'd be me. Getting a sample of the encryption would probably have to be me. Investigating the scoping out the museum could be any of us too. Asher, you're probably the sneakiest, right?
Probably.
Yep, I'll agree.
Yeah, I figured I would visit the museum to scope things out.
I would say that the fact that Aris mentioned that Maris has hired people in the past to try to steal the gem, that may pique your interest, Cena, as far as Underworld and Streetwise is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
You might be able to get information there.
Can I make an Underworld knowledge check to see if I know of anyone who's tried to do that?
Sure, go ahead. I would
What's
say
the
to know that specific thing, it would be a formidable difficulty. It would be 4.
Formidable.
Okay. Oh,
so much threat.
I know them. They want to kill me.
Yeah. Yeah, I got something, but I gotta think about it. So put a pin
Sure,
in that
sure.
one, and I
Save that
will
up for
respond to
later.
you. Yep.
I'll ask her about. So she said that he's hired people to try to steal it before. Does he live on Cloud City? Like, would it have been here, or is he traveling from somewhere else to sell it here?
So Morris Grayson, and let me pull up his profile here. She can tell you a good bit about him.
Oh god. That didn't actually happen. I just was reading these things I've never looked at before.
I feel like it might be important for me to get one of these signature blocker things. Because I don't think I want Mr. Blue on my tail forever.
Lobot.
Sorry, Rachel. I'm reading here so I can
no
make sure I
worries.
give you the best answer that I can here.
I'm horribly offended.
Personally, I'm hoping that the gem is like the diamonds in Congo.
What if we go to the museum and we look at it, and then we make a counterfeit, and then we swap it?
With a bag of sand.
Well, no, with like
That's it.
a fake gem.
Oh.
Like in broad daylight when they're not expecting. We create a diversion in the museum in the middle of the day when they're not expecting shenanigans.
You guys ever seen Hudson Hawk?
And you swap them.
It's so good.
Hudson Hawk.
It's
Okay.
Bruce
It is
Willis. It's
really
Bruce
good.
Willis. He's like
young
20
Bruce
years old.
Willis.
Oh
Wow.
jeez.
But he's a cat burglar, and it's him and his partner. But so he's like the actual burglar, and his buddy usually like works the car. But they time out their heists based on songs, so they like choreograph their songs. So like they both start in a corner, and they'll be like, "All right, what's the song they use? Swinging on a Star."
Yep,
So
Swinging on a
like,
Star.
so we need about 3.5 minutes. Swinging on a Star. And they both start singing and walking opposite direction. It really goes, it's really fun.
Let's see here.
Would you like to swing on a star? It's ridiculous.
Okay. So yeah, yes. Grayson has hired people to try to steal the gem before from its location here in Cloud City.
From the
And he's
museum or from
from
where?
the from the museum where it's currently being stored.
Okay.
That is where he has kept it for a while now, and he has tested the security in order to make sure that it is properly secure.
Okay. So these are presumably people who are still on Cloud City, or
Correct.
who hired them, so they wouldn't be like, arrested and convicted for doing it.
Right. You're
Okay.
correct. And thinking that.
So it definitely, we need to steal it when it's not where it is right now.
Can we steal it en route? I mean, it's getting delivered somewhere, right? It's getting
Depending on
delivered
how
to
the
the
auction
buyer.
goes, yeah, that's true.
Although that's maybe when they're expecting to be hit.
And I would say, or Eris would say, that would present more variables because you wouldn't be able to case how they're going to transport it until the day they actually transport it. So you don't know what kind of security you're going to be dealing with or what they have in place for transporting it. And that all is going to depend on who the buyer is as well.
All right.
Yeah,
So we could
I mean, I think
track
it's worth
down-
it just to check out the museum.
Yeah, and then track down whoever was hired to try to steal it to see
Mhm.
why they failed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing he would have hired like people who are really good at stealing. So they're probably criminals who will talk for a little bit of money.
Maybe. Unless they're dead.
Maybe he hired them and they failed and then he killed them.
Truth.
Maybe he's a total pompous ass, and so they'll be pissed off enough from dealing with him that they'll just want to screw him over.
Who knows?
Junior, we got about 5 minutes on chain.